So just today, Klaviyo announced that they were going to increase their price again for the second time in 10 months. And because I'm a heavy user, I've already found a workaround that is quite literally going to save me thousands of dollars. And all of that while still making me just as much revenue. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how much their new pricing plan cost, when will the price increase actually happen, and 3, what you can do starting today to make sure you save hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, if you're a heavy user like me. So how much will your email subscription cost now? I'll go to their pricing page so I can show you the model they have right now. And you'll notice they charge you based on how many active profiles you have. To know how many active profiles you have, you need to log into Klaviyo and then go to profiles right here. Then you see this number. This is the number you need to input into the slider to figure out what the new price is going to be for you. Now, active profile just means the amount of people you will market to through Klaviyo during the time of your subscription. Surprise profiles are right here. And these people are the people you choose not to market to. Now, if you already have a paid Klaviyo subscription, you will benefit from what they call an appreciation discount, meaning your new price will not cost more than 25% of your previous price, which is a good thing. The new discount and the new pricing will both be applied to your account after February 18th. And so if you're on one of the bigger plan, you can quickly see how even with the appreciation discount, that's multiple thousands of dollars that you have to pay on top of what you used to pay. Now, there's a big misconception here, because to lower the cost of your Klaviyo subscription, what any Klaviyo expert will tell you is that you need to manually clean your list. And what this means is that every couple of weeks, you would need to go into your Klaviyo account and look for profiles like Connor here. As you can see on the right, we're able to see everything related to his profile. And we send him an email, send him like a bunch of them. And at no point can you see that he interacted with the stuff we sent him. So he hasn't opened our email, he hasn't clicked on any of them, he hasn't placed an order, he hasn't even started checkout, he's done nothing, right? And so this profile is not very likely to convert. He will probably keep on not opening any of the stuff we send him. And so what they'll tell you is that you need to group every single profile that looks like Connor into one segment, meaning like every single person that doesn't engage with your email, they'll get added to that one place. And then on a very regular basis, you need to go into your account and then you need to suppress them. And so every time that you'll suppress people like Connor, they'll go from an active profile to a suppressed profile. And that way you'll stop paying for their spot on your list. Now, to make things clear, this entire process does work and it will save you money. But you absolutely don't want to manually suppress profile every single month like clockwork if you can do the same process better, faster, and more reliably with an automation, just like I'm about to show you now. Now, to be clear, I'll go through this entire process with you, but I will use some tools and assets that I've added to this document right here. So this is my guide on how you can go from $0 to $1 million with email. And inside of it, there's that list cleaning process. So if you do want to follow along this tutorial, go to the second link in the description so you can have access to this document and just follow the process too. All right. So the first step is going to be building your unengaged segment. And if you don't know what a segment is, in this instant, we're just going to make it so that the segment that we're going to build will have every single person that doesn't engage with our email. So every single person that has a behavior like this, like we talked about before. Now, to create your segment, you need to go into Klaviyo and then list and segment right here, and then create new, create segment. And for the name, you can just select unengage. And for the definition right here, we need to come up with one. So to group every single person that does not engage, I've already done the work for you. You can just click on this first step inside of the document. And so you have access to the definition of someone that's unengaged for the automation that we're going to build. So just to go over what the criteria are, it's going to be every single person that subscribed a while ago that received a bunch of emails, but did not open, did not click, and did not place an order. That is basically going to be our definition. So let's create that inside of Klaviyo. We have the definition that we want. So person that subscribed to list, viewer time in the last 45 days. This is just to make sure we don't suppress people who just subscribe to the list. And so I'll add a condition. Make sure you select the end condition here. what someone has done, open, or like, what's the second one? I don't want to go straight for open. Has received at least 7 email. So received at least, not at least once, at least 7 in the last overall time. Let's pick overall time. Now, the next one is going to be has open email 0 time in the last 200 days. Next one, clicked email 0 time in the last 200 days. 0 time in the last 200 days. And obviously, all of the numbers in red, you can basically shift them for your own segment, right? If you want to delete a lot of profiles, you can, for example, go to has open email 0 time in the last 150 instead of 200, and that will increase the amount of people that you end up deleting, right? So yeah, let's just end that segment creation, place order, and place order 0 time. In the last overall time, let's go overall time because we don't want to delete any of the buyers. So yeah, I'm going to create the segment. Now you just let it load, and essentially you will have every single person that looks like the Connor guy that we talked about before. So now we used the correct definition and we implemented the segment inside of the account. The next step is going to be creating the automation that will remove people from our list. Now you just need to go to flows and then create flow and then build your own. We don't want to use any of the pre-built one. Now for the name, you can call it however you want. I'll just call it auto delete and engage profiles. I'll create it manually. I don't want to use any of the AI stuff. And now the trigger of the flow is like as soon as someone is going to be added to our unengaged segment, so as soon as people are going to meet all of these criteria, then we're going to store the automation. So when someone get added to the segment, that we just called unengaged. So let's pick unengaged and then save, confirm. Now it is very important that we set up profile filters, and what this essentially means is if at any point somebody opens the email, somebody clicks, or somebody purchases, we stop the automation and we absolutely don't delete them at all. Here you can go for the exact same settings I'm using. So opened email 0 times since starting the flow, clicked email 0 times since starting the flow, and placed order 0 times since starting the flow. Then you just hit save and confirm and save. And now that we built the first piece of the automation, we need to do the second one, which is building a last chance email. So essentially what it means is we're going to send one last email to people who we considered might be unengaged. And we're going to tell them like, okay, do you actually want to stay on our list? Do you not want to? And this is one last chance to get them to engage, because as you can see, the subject line is like more clickbaity. Maybe they'll respond to that. You can read the email on your own, but the gist of it is like, do you still want to receive our email? Yes, click here. No, click here. And if they click on the link right here, it brings them to an unsubscribe page. Also, what I like to do is just sending them a discount. So at least if they just don't want to read the content, but they are interested in the product, they can use the discount. It's like their last incentive. And so personalize this email for your brand, and then we're going to implement it inside of Klaviyo. So I'll just copy it. Again, you can have access to it in the document, but inside of Klaviyo, I'll just drag an email. So as soon as people become unengaged or enter or unengaged segment, they're going to receive this email. So the subject line, I'm going to put "Are these goodbye?" Buys. I'm going to click on save and then select the template. I'm not going to use a template. I'm just going to paste the text that I created. So create a blank email, exit. I'm going to go for a plain text here. So change template and text only. So right here, I'm going to paste the script. So paste just the text, and then I'm going to make it so the font is slightly better. So Oriole, I like this. I like these settings, either 15 or 16. And then I'm just going to make it so this is my brand name. Like this is like correct for me, but you obviously need to change it. Implement this discount inside of your Shopify store. Now I just need to add the links. So for this one, click here. You can just make it so people get redirected to your homepage or like any of the landing page you have, because Klaviyo is going to be able to pick up on that and then remove them from the automation and they won't get suppressed. I'm going to copy this link right here and add it to my email. So link right here, add that, apply. And then for the unsubscribe link, again, I'm going to go to the entire document that I built for you, and then I'm going to copy this link right here. This is going to be our unsubscribe link. Now I'm going to link it here again, select, and I'm done. So I'm going to click on save, and then the email has been implemented. Okay, so now I'll go live with this email, so we're good on that end. But basically, if people don't click on this link and if they don't use their discount, we're going to remove them from our list. So I'll add a time delay, because you do want to give them some time to open or click, right? You don't want to delete them straight after sending them this email. So we're going to give them 3 days to take an action, and if they don't, we're removing them. So wait 3 days. This is like, you can drag this step, this time delay here, and input 3 days. And then after that, you can input a webhook. So the webhook is going to take care of removing them automatically. So the webhook name, it doesn't matter. You can call it however you want. Auto suppress people. This is what I'm going to go for. People. And then the destination URL and all of the other settings, you can just straight up copy and paste them from this document. So here we go. We already made sure we added the flow filters correctly. So this is good. We're good on that. Now it's just a matter of like setting up the webhook. So destination URL, this is the one right here. And I'm just going to copy and paste the settings. So headers, we need 4, and let's just find them here. So authorization, I'm gonna click that. Then we're going to need accept. That was the next one. And then content type and revision. Revision. And so yeah, just keep on copying and pasting everything. The only one that's going to need some editing is this one, because you need to personalize it. Now, these two are the same, and then the last one, I'll copy it. Here we go, 1 to go. Let me just copy it. You've probably noticed that we need to edit this one. And so now I'm going to show you what you need to add here to make sure the automation works properly. So inside of your own Klaviyo account, you're going to go to here and then click on settings, and you're going to need to create an API key. So API key, and then create private API key. So I'll do one in front of you. This is going to be a test one that I'm going to delete later. So test list cleaning. Again, for the name, you can really call it whatever you want. I'm going to give it full access. So click on create, and then I'm going to copy the private key right here. And then that's the one we're going to input inside of our flow. So just replace this. And again, there's like some space here. Do not delete that, just replace the variable. So I just selected the variable. Again, I made a mistake here, but just select the variable and then input your private key. And the very last step is going to be filling in the details here. So I'm going to go back to the guide and just copy and paste the information there. So let me just copy that and then paste the information here. If it's in draft right now, you need to go to manual and then click on save. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how you can test that the flow is actually working and suppressing the right people. So I just went to the segment that we created and picked a random person. So now I'm going to copy his email address and test the flow on that person. So let's go to the very last step of the flow, and let's make sure that if that person does go to the end of the flow, let's make sure they actually get suppressed as we want. So I'm going to click on this step again, just to make sure, and then hit preview. And then that person that I wanted to test the flow on, I'm going to paste his email address here and then select the profile. Now, if you check it out here, the person is subscribed right now, and if the flow is working correctly and I test the webhook step, then if it's working correctly, that person should get suppressed. So now I'm going to send a test request and wait to see if it's working or if it isn't. So successfully sent the webhook, and I'm going to go back to the profile, hit refresh, and if it worked, this person's suppressed. So I'm gonna hit refresh, and all right, it's working. The person has been suppressed. Setting this up will save you thousands of dollars if you use Klaviyo as much as I do. But you still have a much bigger problem. You see, if your email were actually crushing as much as they should, you wouldn't even be watching this video. I know, because this is one of the accounts I run, And as you can see, in 30 days, we made $109,000 purely from email marketing. I'll refresh the page so you know that's true. And I'll also show you the billing so you can compare the ROI essentially. So I'll go to billing right here. And as you can see, we spend like about $550 in Klaviyo cost, right? So this is like nothing in comparison to what we make. If you're worrying about the cost of your subscription, your emails are just not making enough. So if you want me to run your email marketing completely done for you, click the link below to start working with me.